Hello everyone, let's look at swap nodes in pairs. The problem statement is, we are given a linked list. We need to swap every two adjacent nodes and return its head, and we cannot modify the value in the node. The example here is, the input list is 1, 2, 3, 4. The swap result is 2, 1, 4, 3. I have typed a few points here. Let's have a look. So what if the question is we need to swap the value for two variables? How do we normally do it? So we need to introduce a third temp variable, and then we make temp equals I equals j equals temp. Similarly, for swapping nodes in pairs, we also need to introduce a third pointer. We can also call it temp. Its position should just be for node 1 and node 2. Let's look at an example here. The linked list is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The node we want to swap is node 1 and node 2 that point to 3 and 4. And then the third pointer we introduce should point to 2, just before node 1 and node 2. After the swap, we should get 1, 2, 4, 3, 5, 6. Then temp points node 2 and node 2 points node 1. In specific, we want to take these three steps. First, temp.next is node 2. What it does is make temp.next point to node 2. And then, node 1.next equals node 2.next. Then node 1 point to node 2.next, that's 3 point to 5. And finally, we have node 2.next point to node 1. Then we have node 2 point to node 1. After this, it becomes temp point to node 2, then point to node 1 point to 5. And then we make temp point to 3, thus we make temp points node 1. And then node 1 and node 2 will point to 5 and 6. Then we can do it again for the swapping. If I did not make this clear, I can confirm it will be really clear in our code logic. Let's look at the implementation. Let's first create an empty node. And then dummy.next equals head. This means we append head to our dummy node. We are actually push a new node in front of our input list. That's all the way before 1. The reason we do this is for the first pair's swap, because the temp pointer should at the node's one's left. We don't want to have a special case to handle this first pair, so we add this dummy node in front of 1 and we make our temp point to this dummy node. Then we can start our loop and implement these three steps. If temp.next and temp.next.next have value, then the loop goes on. By doing this, we are making sure temp points node 1 and node 1 points node 2. We have this structure. Sorry, we have a typo here. This should be next. And after this, we have temp point to node 1, point to node 2. Then we can do the swap. After these three steps, it looks like this. And then we need to do another thing. We need to make temp equals node 1. By doing this, temp previously points to 2. Now it should point to 3. And in the next loop, the value for node 1 and node 2 will get updated. So temp points to 3 and node 1 will point to 5. That's temp.next. And then point 2 will point to 6. That's temp.next.next. After this, we can return dummy.next. So let's look at the code again. Yeah, I think we missed the initial value for our temp variable. It looks good. Let's submit. It looks good. Let's look at the complexity. For space, I think it's O of 1. That's constant. For time, I think it's O of n because we have this loop once. If you have any question, please leave a comment below. Thank you for watching.